Hi everyone. Today I will be talking about invasive species and how they can outcompete native species. In this video I will be defining what exploitative and interference competition are, explaining what the exploitation interference trade-off is, and talking about a study on the invasive Argentine ant. So basically there are two types of competition: exploitative and interference. Exploitative is the indirect competition where the consumption of resources can decrease the available resources for others. So an example is if a species of bird is better at finding berries, they will then leave less berries for other bird species to find. Interference is the direct competition where individuals of one or more species may physically or chemically clash over shared resources. So an example of this is between hyenas and lions, where they might fight over prey since they are in the same system and they share some of the same prey. Most species are good at one type of competition and less efficient at the other, which is what we call a trade-off. Typically, organisms use a lot of energy to maintain bodily functions. Trade-offs occur when energy is directed towards certain behaviors or body types, so that leaves less energy for other strategies. What this means is that there won't be a perfect organism, since an organism has to sacrifice one strategy to gain advantage in another. In the case of exploitative and interference, a species may develop body functions that either allow them to find resources faster or more successful in fighting over resources. In the case of the invasive Argentine ant, they may actually not follow these rules in introduced areas. So the Argentine ant, there was a study that suggests that these Argentine ants may be successful in new areas due to a number of strategies that allow them to not necessarily face the exploitative interference trade-off. One thing is that the Argentine ants have multiple queen and connected nests. This allows for greater numbers for winning food fights and a strong interference factor. Two, they have no natural co-involved enemies, which means that the Argentine ants are not limited by natural predators or parasites and can have larger foraging ranges and more time to search for food, which increases their exploitative success. Three, they also have an additional food source because they farm honeydew producing bugs, and so that's another source of energy, which makes them have more energy to search for food or outcompete by fighting over food. So all in all, invasive species can be successful in new introduced areas by having more success with both exploitative and interference competition. Thank you for watching.